Hello everyone. In this video lecture, we will see the effect of stresses, thermal expansion in elongation of a mm, bar. So, what is thermal expansion? Thermal expansion means the expansion of the material, the change in length of a material because of the change in temperature of the material. It is the property of a material to change its length because of change in temperature. So when temperature is changing, the material length will change. It will increase. So different materials will be having different expansion coefficients, like that of strengths. You see, copper has got different strength compared with that of steel. Similarly, the coefficient of thermal expansion capacities, thermal expansion capabilities of uh, the copper material is different from that of steel. Maybe for brittle materials, in general, for brittle materials or pure ductile materials, as the ductility increases, the thermal expansion will also increase. It depends upon the ductile nature. It may be because of their crystal structure or the types of bonds that are present between the atoms. So due to these reasons, uh, because of the increase in the molecular vibrations or the collisions, the heat transfer takes place. As a result, during this process, we will find change in length of the material, change in the bond length or crystal structure leads to increase in the length of the given material. Now, let us see the analysis. Thermal stresses in composite bars. In composite bars, here it is saying that. So, in general, in bars, if they are individual, when we leave them for free expansion, there will not be any stresses induced in it. If we find any constraints for their free expansion, some internal stresses will be induced in them. Here we are speaking about the composite bars. So figure 2.8 shows a composite bar consisting of two members. This You have a two members, one is brass, other one is steel. So these two materials are, in the first case, they are not fastened, they are not welded, or they are not joined. They are allowed freely expansion. They are allowed for free expansion. So that is what given here, a bar of brass and other steel. Now let the composite bar be heated through some temperature. If the members are free to expand, then no stresses will be induced in the members, but the members are rigidly fixed, and hence the composite bar as a whole will expand by the same amount, as the coefficient of linear expansion of the brass is more than that of the steel. The brass will expand more than the steel. So here, when they are fastened like this, they are joined like this. Here we allow them free to expand. There is no welding or no any type of joining between brass and steel in this B figure. As the temperature uh, as this two bodies are subjected to heating or change in temperature, so brass will expand more compared to that of the steel, because brass has got the more coefficient of thermal expansion. Now, so that is what is given here. Now, but in the case when these two are fastened together or welded together, joined together, what happens? The brass expansion will be suppressed here. It will not get expanded for a given temperature as it has to, but steel will get expanded till whatever the point it want, it will expand. And but this will get a tensile stress in it. Steel will get tensile stress, but brass will get a compressive, because steel, uh, because brass is moving faster, so it is trying to pull this material. So you will get a tensile stress induced in steel, whereas in brass you won't get tensile stress. We get a compressive stress in brass. Now let AB suffix B is area of cross section of brass bar, sigma B stress in brass, epsilon B strain in brass, alpha B coefficient of linear expansion of brass, EB Young's modulus of brass. Actually, it's not copper, it is brass. It is not copper, it is brass. Mm, AS, sigma S, epsilon S, alpha S are corresponding values of area, stress, strain, and coefficient of linear expansion for steel. So suffix S stands for steel. Area, stress, strain, coefficient of thermal expansion, coefficient of linear expansion of the brass for the brass. This is for the brass and this is for the terminology used for steel. Now ES is Young's modulus for steel. Here EB is Young's modulus for brass. Let del be the actual expansion of the composite bar. Now del is the actual expansion of the composite bar. Here it is not an independent bar we are discussing. We are discussing about this composite bar. So the thermal stresses in composite bars. Now uh, load on the brass is given by stress in brass, area of the brass. So sigma B into AB. This is load uh, that is acted in the brass, because these two are getting uh, changing their length. So we are finding the loads now, and the load on the steel is again stress. Uh, this is stress in steel to area in steel. It is not brass. It is stress in steel into area in steel. This is steel where steels. For the equilibrium of the system, compression in copper should be equal to tension in steel for equilibrium condition. For equilibrium condition, the compression in brass should be equal to steel. This is not copper, it is brass. The compression in brass should be equal to the tension in the steel. So for equilibrium condition, then load on the brass is equals to load on the steel, because of the equilibrium condition. For the forces should be equal. So the forces that are induced in brass are equal to that of the steel. Sigma into stress into area of cross section of the brass, stress induced in steel into area of cross section of steel. Now actual expansion of steel is equals to actual expansion of brass. This is the first case. Now, but the actual expansion of the steel, here the actual expansion of the steel is given here. Free expansion of the steel plus expansion due to tensile stress in steel. free expansion of steel, expansion due to tensile stress. So what is free expansion here? Coefficient of thermal expansion into T is the temperature into this L. L is the length. Alpha is coefficient of thermal expansion, so many meters per degree Celsius. Uh, so finally we get this. Okay, fine. Now free expansion of the steel is given by alpha S into T into L. Expansion due to tensile stress in steel is sigma S by ES into L. Now free expansion of the copper. Next one, no, it's not copper, it is brass again. Actual expansion of brass equal to free expansion of brass minus contraction due to compressive stresses induced in the brass. So, quotient of thermal expansion into temperature into L. So this is the free expansion, that minus sigma B in by EB into L. This one is strain due to this is strain in brass, and the change in length because of compression, it is negative here. So actually it should be this much, but it is getting destructed because of this one. Actually it is this much, but it is increasing because of the tensile stresses induced in the steel due to the brass material, because brass is pushing it. Uh, it is it is taking along with it. So that's why this length got increased. So overall, so when we equate both, we get a, an equation that is alpha s into t into L plus sigma s by es into L is equals to alpha b into t into L minus sigma b by ed into L. So this is what is the final equation expressed here, where T is rise of temperature. Now this here T is the rise of temperature. Now we will see some worked examples. A metallic bar 300 mm, 100 mm, 400 mm is subjected to a force of 5 kilonewton tensile, 6 kilonewton tensile, 4 kilonewton tensile. This material, this cuboid, is subjected to forces in different directions, 5, 6, and 4 kilonewtons respectively in x. Uh, 6 is in y direction, 4 is in z direction. So many kilonewtons in respective coordinates over the planes that are perpendicular to the planes. Now, these three are triaxial loads. Determine the change in volume of the block. Change in volume of the block. So, take Poisson's ratio. Poisson's ratio. What is Poisson's ratio? It is lateral. It is a ratio of lateral strain to longitudinal strain is the Poisson's ratio. It is given as 0.25. Now, so how do we find this one? So, what is determine the change in the volume, that is delta V. Once we find, when we are able to find out change in volume means that is strain, volumetric strain, epsilon x plus epsilon y plus epsilon z. When you find that, that value is equals to change in volume by original volume, and finally we can calculate the this dV, change in volume. Here 300, 140 is subjected to a force of 5 kilometers. Now, entering into the problem, you know what is sigma epsilon that is already we have done this one for triaxial load. We have got the formula sigma x plus sigma y plus sigma z by we got the, just look at the formula by E, yes, E into 1 minus 2 nu. This is the formula. So sigma x, sigma y, sigma z, if you can find these values, then we can get, so load in the direction of x into yz, load in the direction of y, load in the direction of z by the respective areas should be taken. Now, what are these respective areas? We will see one by one clearly. Now the dimensions are given here, so you should convert these dimensions into, here we are, these all are in mm, so the final answer may be in mm only. So keep in mm. If you want, you can keep in mm, or if you want, you can change it. In the solution it is in mm only. Now, so this load 5 kilonewton is acting across this area. So this is the area. So over this area you are having 5 kilonewtons of load. 40 into, this is 40 into 100 mm. So 4000 mm square is the area over which this 5 kilonewton is acting. Next one. The next one, this 4 kilonewton is acting over this surface area. So what is this surface area? This surface area, it is, the dimensions are 100 mm into now this area is 100 mm into 300 mm. So 4 kilonewton is acting over this area. Next area, that is 6 kilonewton is acting over the area, is shown with red sketch. So this is 6 kilonewton is acting over this 40 into 300 mm. So once we calculate the sigma values, you can, and the final value you can determine by using the formula del V by V. That is, now coming to this load in x direction, it is 5 kilonewton, 5000 newton by 100 into 40. Next, similarly, the stress in y direction is given by load in y direction by x into z, 6000 by 300 into 40. Load in z direction, it is 4 kilonewton, so 4000 by 300 into 100. So after calculating these things, we will get dV by V, change in volume by actual volume, is equals to 1 by E into sigma x plus sigma y plus sigma z into 1 minus 2 nu. and it is equal to 1 by 2 into 10 power 5. This value is given already into 1.25, 0.5, 0.113. These values are calculated, and 1 minus, because all are stresses, all are tensile only. So here don't bother about whether it is positive or minus. You can simply add them, and it is 1 minus 2 into nu is Poisson's ratio 0.25. And finally we get a value for change in this volume. The final answer here, it is 5.649 mm cube. This value is in mm